This is the Late Showgram. I'm host David Cooper. Well, there's a great article in the Toronto Star by Joe Callaghan today. Cricket is for everyone, the sport, of course, and Ontario school kids could use a little joy, especially girls. We're here to talk cricket with the founder of the Ontario Schools Cricket Association, Ranil Mendis. Ranil, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much for hosting us.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you. In the simplest terms, for someone like me who's never played cricket, what is cricket?
Well, it's an interesting game. I'm not surprised in North America. Not very many people have played, or a lot of people have learned about after hearing from the folks who have played. Cricket is a globally popular sport. In a country like ours, a province like ours, we have cricket going based on the immigration, and of course the founders. Back in the 1800s, it was the national sport. When the Brits came and started playing cricket, and Sir John Maxwell, 1867, made cricket the national sport of Canada. Cricket, in a sense, is essentially a sport that is similar to baseball. I think that's the best way to introduce the game. It is having the same hand-eye coordination skills that baseball is. See ball, hit ball. That's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
And the main difference would be the cricket uses the entire 365 degrees of a cricket field, whereas baseball, you have a little cone-shaped area that is the way you play. So, in other words, it is another version of similar to baseball.
Got it.
Rules are different, yeah.
So let's talk the Ontario Schools Cricket Association. How did you get the idea to start this group?
Mm-hmm. It's a long story in that I belong to an organization called Chartered Institute of Management Accountants. I came to Canada in 1987, so we have CIMA is a UK-based organization, so that's where the link to cricket is. So folks who are members of the CIMA have come to Canada from all over the world. I came from Sri Lanka. One thing they had in common, apart from their accounting aspect, is cricket. Wherever they grew up, India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, West Indies, New Zealand, England, Australia, they all have played cricket. And when I came here to Canada in 87, there was no cricket to be in the newspapers, television, nothing. But we had a bunch of accountants who have come here, and with the CIMA qualification, we had a membership organization, and we started playing. So that is the basis of how we started cricket, and then we slowly grew that as which was a sort of a social group that eventually grew into this CIMA Schools Cricket Program, and now the Ontario Schools Cricket Association.
Okay, well, and how's the response been? Are kids enjoying playing? Are you enjoying getting kids into playing cricket?
Yeah, that is basically the driver behind it. So when we first started the cricket program back in 2004, the 2005 actually, it was a community event. We had a once-a-year event in Toronto. It was called CIMA Mayor's Trophy because Mayor David Miller, who's an Englishman, he knew the game and he wanted to join CIMA in this sort of a community type of event. And at that time, police chief was now Mr. Blair, and Mayor Miller and police chief Blair joined the CIMA event. And of course, once you have a police chief and a mayor playing something, it doesn't matter, cricket is not popular. When people, prominent Torontonians joining on the cricket pool, everybody was curious. And slowly it took the attention of the media. And we grew that community event into something that gives back to the community, and that happened about 3 years after when we started. In 2008, we started a scholarship, and we asked cricketers in schools to apply for a scholarship where we took 12 cricketers from Toronto to England. with our connection to England through SEMA. And so it became a annual scholarship in 2008, and then a tournament and a cricket program in 2012. 8 years later, the program is now province-wide, and it is not necessarily a tournament or a once-a-year event, but it is an association that really helps schools to develop cricket into their physical education curriculum. So that's where we are today.
Got it. So how does it feel to see so many more Canadians playing it since you started it to now?
I know, as someone who has been involved from this initiative in day one, when you look back and see how we started and we are today, it gives a great satisfaction. Number one, of course, I'm a huge cricket fan, very passionate about the game. But not only because of that, it is to see how, because cricket is a game, although it is now getting picked up by the schools and kids who are growing up here, it is essentially a sport that is being played by the Indian community. And what we are witnessing here is that young families who are just immigrating to Canada, kids who are in grade 10, grade 5 to 10, who have played cricket in their own countries, coming here and knowing that there are opportunities for them to shine and showcase their skills through programs like ours. It's a great satisfaction. And this morning, in fact, one of our Sunday co-ed cricket programs that we run in Brampton, we had 100 kids playing cricket this morning at Mississauga Stadium, where we run a partnership program with Peel District School Board and the Catholic Dufferin Peel Catholic School Board. So seeing that and giving these kids an opportunity is a great satisfaction.
Well, good. And so if we rewind now to this article in the Star, and it's a great read, it's saying that Ontario school kids could use joy right now. And I think that's true with the pandemic and all that's happening in the world. But it focuses especially on girls. Why girls do you think this program is speaking to so much?
That is one of the reasons is that last year, Canadian Parks Recreation Association, CPRA, had a grant program, Gender Equity in Recreational Sport. So it's not necessarily a cricket-specific program. So we saw that program, their objectives were great, and we as Ontario School Cricket Association, we applied for a grant through the CPRA, and we showcased to them, or in our grant application, we told them what we did, and we also found the same problems where girls between 9 to 16 are dropping off of recreational sport at a much higher rate than boys. And we told them exactly what we had seen, and we won that grant. And thanks to the City of Mississauga, City of Brampton, we had a partnership with them along with the school boards. We applied for the grant, we got the grant. But when it comes to overall, compared to boys' programs, the girls are very much, there's so much barriers for girls to enter cricket, particularly in sports like cricket, and so that's why that special focus that OSCA is paying for girls.
Okay, Ranil, where can people find out more about the Ontario Schools Cricket Association on the internet?
So, OSCAschools.org, OSCA, SCHOOLS.org, OSCAschools.org is talks about our program, what we do, and how, if you're a school teacher listening to this program, you can go to OSCAschools.org and send us an email, and we will be in touch with you. Similarly, David, we have had a lot of requests from school boards across the province. We train teachers through virtual cricket training programs that we started in the last 2 years. We then deliver equipment. Everything comes free to schools, thanks to our sponsors, of course.
Okay, Ranil Mendis, he's the founder of the Ontario Schools Cricket Association. Ranil, thanks for being here with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. I appreciate you having us.
Okay, I'm David Cooper. This is the Late Showgram.